Oh, what an adventure! Get lost with Google Maps. Good morning everybody, how are you? It's a lovely summer's day over here. If you hear any noises, it's because the road's very busy. Remember, it's coming up to the Christmas holidays, or if you don't believe in Christmas, then it's just the holiday season. And from time to time you'll hear a lot of traffic go by on the highway, which is just down the road there. Okay, so we're going to talk about, first of all, we're going to talk about what you need to take, okay? And then we're going to talk about etiquette. Oh look, the Christmas tree's about to flower. Yep, beautiful white flowers will come out on that. Anyway, where were we? Alright, now my wife and I just got back from a trip, and it was a bit muddy, and the car needs a bit of a wash. We're just in the middle of unpacking still, but I thought we'd go over just a couple of quick things. Now, being summer and being that we're having extremely warm summer this year, even record breaking in some parts, and being as we all like to go, well, most of us like to go to the bush, even city people, the question is, how much water do you need to take? Alright, now I've told you all I take enough food and water for 30 days, okay? And that's for my wife and I. And that's not counting the water that's in the canned food, alright? Or the water that we take in the fridge and the freezer. You know, we usually have 4 litres of juices, or sometimes even 6 litres in 2 litre cans, 2 litre plastic containers. We've got 4 litres of milk in the cupboard down there, long life full cream milk, and then we take frozen stuff, and I usually put some ice just to help things along when it's cold, okay, in the freezer. But first of all, we'll get into water. How much should you take? How much water is enough water? And why should you take more than you need? Okay, now the bush and motor vehicles can be very unpredictable. They can break down, they can leave you stranded. The bush can be scorching hot 1 minute, and the next minute you could have a downpour and you could get bogged the axles. Okay, that's pretty much it. So you have to have your recovery gear, and look, if you're going out there, you have to be responsible for yourself, your partner and your kids, okay? It's as simple as that. So we pack, okay, these jerry cans here, these green ones, they're a heavy duty plastic jerry can, very thick. They're not the cheap thin rubbishy ones. I don't suggest anyone buys those. So if we're going out into a very isolated areas, I pack 7 of those. Now they're 22 litres each, so that's 154 litres in jerry cans. That's 60 litres there. So that totals to 214 litres of water. Okay. Now I fill my car up with fuel at every opportunity I get, and then I carry 100 litres of fuel in the back as well, in 20 litre steel jerry cans. Okay, but let's go back to the water. So how much water is enough water? Now, from experience, my wife and I get by with about 3 litres a day each. That includes having a quick little, because when we're out where it's really isolated, we don't have showers, We fill that little plastic container up with water, not full to the top, usually half full, and we use those microfiber cloths right there to wash. And it's a quick wash at the end of the day, and you're very clean, and you only use about half a litre of water. It's as simple as that. Okay, so for us, at 6 litres a day, that's 3 litres each, I've got enough water to last us 35 days. Okay, that's just my wife and I. And that includes a little bit for just washing the dinner dishes and everything else. Now we also carry, you've all seen underneath this shelf just here, alright, I've got all those little containers under there. I don't know if you can see them from this side. No, because, oh yeah, you can. Down in there, there's 3 of them. And they're all full of food, canned foods, dried foods, milk, juices, and then we've got whatever we carry in the fridge and the freezer. I call this our, there's 2 containers here, which are what I call our emergency reserves, and the end container carries stuff that we need, like milk, sugar, all that sort of stuff. Alright, now if you don't have the room, if you don't have a trailer or you haven't got room in your ute, you should always carry water over food. Alright, yeah, it's nice to have a snack every day, but if you're stuck in the bush and you've got food, okay, what's the point if you haven't got water? You can survive a lot longer without food. Alright, now if you're just travelling between towns on isolated roads, you should always at least have 20 litres of water for your car. That's for your radiator. If you need to fill your radiator up, you need to do a quick repair job on your radiator and you've got to let your water go. Okay, simple things like that. And remember, even if you're not thirsty, to drink water. Another thing you can do to keep cool, which my wife and I do, is over there you'll see small tea towels. Okay, you can damp them down. Now we just got back from a trip, like I said, and it was warm. Excuse me. But because I've got air-cooled MPPT solar charge controller down there that just sits there and runs without making any noise at all, and I've got battery power and more solar than I need. Okay, with the solar, I've got an electric fan. I take an electric fan. Now this annex comes out, so we provide our own shade, which is also important. Alright, now if you get stuck in the bush, put your shade up. Make sure you've got plenty of sun on your solar. Do not abandon your car. Stay with your vehicle. Okay, because that's how you're going to get rescued. Now there's a couple of extra things we take, and one of them is personal EPIRBs, or emergency location beacons. Okay, and ours are GPS location beacons. So they not only just go beep, 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 beep to the satellites, they also send our location. Now they're registered. They're registered to the motor car. So if we get into a lot of trouble, we can set those off. When my wife goes for walks, and she can, I can't, and she also takes a small 2-way radio. You've all seen it in other videos. And she can contact me, and she takes the personal EPIRB device. Why? Well, Australian bush, you know, there's things out there that if you're not watching where you're walking could bite you, and then you just gotta get help as quick as you can. And she can call me. She never goes out of the range of the radio, and if it's a real emergency like a snake bite or something like that, then she can set the locator off where she is, and we know that within 24 hours we're going to have help. Alright, so it's important to just have these things. They don't cost a lot of money. Alright, it's important to have water. It doesn't cost a lot of money. Just go a little bit prepared. I mean, I think we're not even officially in the summer yet, I don't think, and we've already had 4 tragic deaths, I believe, and one of the deaths, he had plenty of water but he just didn't drink enough of it. And that's another thing, you know, even if you don't think you're thirsty, drink it. If you're not weeing, then you don't have enough water in you. Alright, drink water, and stay safe, people. Please stay safe. It's not just the Australian bush. I mean, there's a lot of countries that have our heat. There's a lot of countries that have our type of landscape. In America you've got the deserts and all that sort of stuff. In Australia we've got the same thing. It can be 45 degrees at night, and you go to bed and you wake up with ice on your tent in the morning, and then you got another 45-degree day. So, you know, this is the time when all you city people are heading out to the bush. Alright? All you four-wheel drive clubbers that go out and wreck our tracks. You know, it's okay. You've got to go prepared. You know, you've got to have your own recovery gear. You've got to have enough water. If you're travelling alone and you're not travelling with other people, then you've got to be able to get yourself out of the poo you get yourself into. And while we're on the story about poo, when you have one, okay, if you are near a river, you're not allowed to poop within 50 metres of a river. Okay, we have a porty potty for those situations, but just walk away from the river a bit, have your poop, dig a hole, bury your bloody toilet paper, because on our last trip the amount of toilet paper that was blown around the bush was absolutely bloody disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And this is why places get closed down. Alright? Just because you're out in the bush, you don't have to act like an animal. You don't leave your toilet paper, well, I hope you don't leave your toilet paper blown all around your lounge room. So don't do it in the bush. Alright? Because when you're out in the bush camping, that is your lounge room. Alright, what else? I'm still waiting on some gear to come. For some the solar tests. Thanks to Silvio at eSolar, he lent me some charge controllers and some solar panels for the tests. I bought some extra meters. I'm still waiting on a meter to come, and then we'll get some solar. What time have we got here? That's I don't know, 13 minutes to 12, and yeah, we're already at 100%. No surprise there. Okay, I hope you are enjoying this footage, by the way. It's a lot smoother than it usually is. My wife bought me a new camera. I'm not going to go into it because it's a nice little camera. I've ordered some wind suppressors for it. Well, we call them dead cats over here. So if you're picking up any wind noise, I'm sorry. I know you'll be picking up the fans in the shed and all that sort of thing. But anyway, look, enjoy your holidays. Okay, if you are going bush, come home safe. You know, there's 4 people dying is already too many. And all those deaths were 100% preventable. 100%. Alright, enjoy your holidays, people. I hope you all have a great new year. My wife and I are home now. We don't go out in the bush when all the city people are out there with all their little love bunnies running around and screaming and making a noise. We like to enjoy our peace and quiet. So we always stay home Christmas and New Year, and yeah, we enjoy our time here. Alright, God bless, keep safe, bye for now.